Well, it gives me great pleasure to have Leon Pettit, ESFL veteran, here for week 5 of the Hastings report. And we speak to Leon day after his birthday. Leon, how was your birthday, first of all?
Yeah, it was a lovely weekend. Plenty of drinks and yeah, fun times.
Yeah, yeah, we will be talking about what happened on Saturday, but that's for equal.
Well,
But
no, you don't need to ruin my weekend. My weekend started Saturday evening.
well, anyway, I'd say week 5. I'm going to crack straight into it. So first of all, some combination. We had Stenning Town beating Bexhill quite easily. 3-0. Grant Radmore and Davon Downer scored for Stenning. I mean, I seem to remember you saying that was going to be a tough game for Bexhill.
Yeah, tough, but didn't surprised they lost really by that margin. So yeah, obviously a bit of a blip for Bexhill, but I mean, you'd rather have a blip, this stage of the season, and hopefully bounce back and hit the ground running. Yeah, their next two, they've got Uckfield the next 2 games, haven't they?
Yeah,
Couple of
cup
league
and
games, so especially the cup, especially be a chance for them to try and get back into the swing of things. If there's not too much pressure, really.
So yeah, 106 watched the game. I did see some of the chaps that are big Bexhill fans on Twitter were fairly depressed, but we know that as Hastings fans after the Cray game. So we'll move on from there. So yeah, and then obviously our other side, Little Common, a nice little victory there against the Hassocks. Lewis Hole and Lewis Parsons got the goals. 146 there at the rec ground. Nice to see him win.
Yeah, was it their first league win, I believe? So yeah, good to pick up those first 3 points, and yeah, nice little crowd as well. Especially now it's their first full season back at the rec. It'd be nice for them to get a bit of money through the gate where they've been ground sharing over at Eastbourne for a few years. So yeah, a nice day all around for Little Common there.
Yeah, nice to see. Right, and as you touched on, Leon, tonight both Bexhill and Little Common are playing. We're recording this on Tuesday night. It's the Peter Bentley Cup, the League Cup for people that don't know. For this level, Bexhill playing in Uckfield tonight. So this Saturday, obviously, Bexhill will be still at Eastbourne. This is the last one before they go back to the Polegrove. AFC Uckfield. I mean, do you think they're getting a couple of wins there, Bexhill, or?
It was a bit difficult to say, really, considering how the last few results have gone. You'd like to think it's just a blip for Bexhill and they can sort of hit the ground running.
Right there, and then our other side, Little Common, they're playing again in the obviously Peter Bentley Cup, and that's at home. On the Saturday, they'll be playing away to Crowborough. Crowborough could be a tough one.
Yeah, well, they're currently third in the table, and playing away as well will be add to the toughness a bit. But a lot of us know too much about Crowborough, where they've been playing more of the Kent teams the last few years. They're a bit of an unknown quantity at the minute, but hopefully Little Common can go away and get some points.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Right. So moving on to Mid Sussex, Sedlescombe Rangers managed to beat Battletown 1-0. I was thinking there was going to be tons of goals in this game, and as usual, I'm completely wrong. Ryan Edwards got the goal for Sedlescombe. Robert Higgins got a yellow-red card in the end, so they won it with 10 men against Battletown. It's a real struggle for Battletown this season, isn't it?
Yeah, even I do believe I read somewhere that Battle thought they played quite well in this game, better than some of their previous games, but still come away with a loss. But it's looking a bit more like a mountain to climb for Battle now, because their next game is Holland Sports, I believe. They've been in this league a couple of seasons now, got dangerous players in their ranks, so it's going to be another toughie for Battle.
Well, let's hope they can get those first points of the season. So then we move on to our other sides in the Mid Sussex Premier. Massive game, Westfield against Hollington. I managed to get to some of this game. It was a feisty affair. Obviously, Westfield really didn't turn up. I saw the first half; they really didn't turn up, and it was a bit of a shame. I think the occasion was a bit too much for them. They were proper bossed by Hollington. Although, if you do watch the highlights, which we will link in the YouTube here, could have been a penalty. I don't know. Have you seen those highlights yet, Leon?
Yeah, I don't remember the penalty shout.
It was the first thing.
Was it the first clip? Yeah,
the first clip, and it was okay.
Too long ago for me to remember. Obviously,
is it too long ago?
Yeah,
just really good. Hollington looked good. They really do. They just didn't give them a chance. Did a good press, and just they completely dictated the game. Could have been a lot bigger. It's a real shame for Westfield, but let's hope they can bounce back from that. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, well, I only saw the highlights, so can't go, by what you saw. But I do. There was some dubious lino flagging for Hollington's. I think it's their third goal. Sort of noticed in the highlights for Westfield's goal. I mean, if you're gonna, score a consolation, and
that was a beauty, wasn't it?
One heck of a strike shot. I mean, it's a shame you can't celebrate it more, considering you already getting thumped. But I mean, to get a goal like that on camera, there's something at least for the guy. So
yeah, exactly. As I say, Hollington could have scored a lot more. So we haven't even said the goals. So it was Danny Ellis, Zachary McHenry, Bradley Pritchard, who was excellent. Bradley, I remember him. He used to play for. Was he at Hastings at one point in the youths?
I couldn't tell you. I've seen the name, but I'm actually not too sure of that one.
Okay, and Paul Rogers got 2. He was an absolute bully. Luke Woodley got the other goal for Hollington, and as you say, it was Alfie Simmons who got the goal for Westfield. Callum Smith, who was sent off just as the first half ended. Yeah, it was, as I say, it was a feisty affair. Moving on. So for their fixtures upcoming, we've got Hollington at home to Balcombe. Balcombe had a reasonable start to the season, but you can't see anything but 3 points to Hollington, can you?
No, you can't really. No, I see Balcombe just come off beating Ashurst Wood 4-0, so they might be a bit high in confidence. But I mean, I think Hollington are a completely different kettle of fish to Ashurst Wood. So yeah, you wouldn't expect anything less than a win for Hollington.
Yeah, although the one toughie is Reigate Priory. Westfield travel to Reigate Priory. I think they do well to get a point there. Westfield. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they look like they've sort of come up a league and have slotted right in, haven't they? They've just come off beating Ringmer 4-2. I mean, I keep saying Ringmer are one of the better teams in this league, but who knows really? But I mean, yeah, still to come away from a 4-2 win, they're going to be buzzing. So yeah, like you say, I think it'd be another toughie for Westfield.
Right, well, obviously we hope they get some points. So let's move on to the East Sussex Football League and the Premier. And our first game we got here is Crowhurst first against Westfield's reserves. So Dominic Clark and 2 goals from Wesley Tate, who also got the Man of the Match award. Convincing win for Crowhurst. So then after that we had Hawkhurst United firsts against Robertsbridge United firsts. So the goals for Hawkhurst was Leon Fisher, Toby Lansdowne and Ollie Lawrence. Robertsbridge got a consolation, Charlie Howe. Move on to Pommettstown first. We're playing Ryetown first. And, Ryetown first. And, they won 4-0. George Gowett, Samuel Henham and Jules Phillips got 2 off the bench for a 4-0 victory. Very comfortable there from Ryetown. Moving down to Division 1, Battletown reserves, tons of goals here. Battletown, maybe some of the Battletown players for the reserves need to go up to the first team. Battletown 4, Wadhurst United first 4. Battletown were 4-1 up at half time through goals from Ryan Penny, Daniel Turner with 2, and Cal Dakins. As I say, magnificent comeback from Wadhurst. Charlie Bateman, Ryan Bateman, Morgan Norris and Jack Pearman made that 4-4. So a ton of goals there. Little Common played AFC Jesters first. Little Common lost 4-6. Ridiculous scoreline. Nathan Crabb got a goal. Charlie Chambers got 2 and the Man of the Match award. Sean Evans, and 2 from Josh Harris. The Little Common goals were 1 from Nicholas Cox and a hat-trick from Nicholas Kavanagh. Well, it's just raining goals there. And then we move on finally in Div 1 to junior club Tackaway First, played South Coast Atletico, and Cale Haycross got the goal to win that game. Moving to Div 2. Pass and Move seconds got won 1-0 against Sedlescombe Rangers reserves, the goal from Zachary Bryant. Hollington United reserves drew 2-2 with Ninfield. Taylor Beale and Jordan Woodley got the goals for Hollington, and Andy Hales and Jason Taylor got the goals for Ninfield. And we actually have Taylor. You as kindly, Leon forwarded the goal for Taylor Beale, and here it is.
It seemed like there was a good crowd up there though for that level. That level of football. There's always a good crowd at Hollington. So
yeah, they do love their football at the Gibbons, right?
They do indeed.
Pesh Hill won 2-1 against Who First. Jack Bendell got 2 in the second half. He also got a yellow, so he was a busy boy. And Who's goal was from Jake Penn. Finally, unfortunately, Leon, we're going to move on to Northiam 75 Firsts. Played Icklesham Casuals, and well, it was 4-0. Unfortunately, I think Leon played in that game. Justin Hemmings got 1, and there was a hat-trick for Joe Miller. What happened in that game, Leon?
We just weren't at the races, really. Northiam, just the better side. They're always a pretty solid side, but they had 1 or 2 players that just had that bit more spark, like that guy you meant, Joe Miller, you mentioned, got a hat-trick. He was very good. I'd say he started off fairly quiet, but once he got into the game, he was unstoppable at times and got a lovely couple of goals. But yeah, that was the difference, really. We just never really turned up. They played more as a unit and had dangerous players in their squad. So
yeah, this Joe Miller, is he one to watch in your league, or do you think he got a bit lucky? What do you reckon?
Based on what I've seen, yeah, he's obviously a very good player. I don't think I've played against Northiam a few times over the years. I don't think I've ever played against this guy, but there's another lad as well who played in centre midfield. He was quite lively, and I was having to mark him, which weren't fun. But there you go. Long season ahead. Game in it, so
yeah, it's only 1 game,
yeah.
And it was away. It was away anyway. So yeah, right. Okay, moving on to Div 3. Bexhill AAC managed to beat Mountfield United Firsts. Goals from Scott Oliver and Ronnie Gray won it for Bexhill. Paul Oliver scored for Mountfield, so you never know. There's a lot of Olivers there, could have been a family feud. Sovereign Saints won at home 5-2 against Catsfield. Goals from Nicholas Barden, Philip Broom, and a hat-trick from Luke Maganan. Catsfield's goals were from Jacob Jones and Lewis Tobin. Ticehurst First won 4-1 at home at the Belfield against Rye Town. Goals from Thomas Buckingham, Billy Farris, George Brown and Ben Sayer, with a goal from Barnaby Osborne for Rye Town. Crowhurst reserves beat Westfield's Thirds 4-1. It was a very comfortable victory. We had Joe McCarthy got 2, and Ryan Harvey and Adam Howe got the goals, both off the bench for Crowhurst. And Westfield's goal was from Lewis Bellamy. The last game in Div 3, Orrington Firsts beat Hastings Comets 3-0. They won 3-0, and Tristan Hinds, Sam Saunders and Thomas Blyvin came off the bench and scored to make it 3. And they comfortably beat the Hastings Comets. Moving on to Div 4. Westfield Fourths won 4-1 against Hastings Athletic. Goals from Josh Bennett, Jack Hobden, Ashley Jameson and Ruben Webb for Westfield, with a goal from Joseph Simeon for Hastings Athletic. Made that 4-1. 3 goals for Westfield in the second half. Battletown Thirds won 2-0 against Burwash. Goals from Brandon Darch and Nathan Dolby, who also won the man of the match. Made that 2-0 to Battletown. Hawkhurst United reserves played Robertsbridge United reserves, and it was 2-0 to Hawkhurst. Sam Beanie and Peter Godden got the goals for Hawkhurst. Pass and Move Thirds beat Seddlescombe Rangers Development 3-1. Pass and Move Thirds, unfortunately, they haven't put the goals up on the FA site or on Twitter, so I'm sorry about that. But Seddlescombe's goal was from Jimmy Hoa. I hope I pronounced that right. And finally, well, 4-4, Tackaway Reserves drew with Wellcroft Park Rangers Reserves. 4-4, loads of goals. Jamie Pelling got a hat-trick for Tackaway, and Ashley Newell got the other goal. For Wellfield, it was Benjamin Ackhurst with 2 and George Jones with 2. Any surprises up in there, Leon? Or is it just beginning of the season?
Just beginning of the season, really. I think with the Prem, I sort of said Crowhurst and Rye would win their games, and I was a bit unsure of Robertsbridge and Hawkhurst, but obviously Hawkhurst got the win there. And then other scores in there, really. Is nothing that jumps out at me in particular. So my old team, Mountfield, lost as well, so at least I haven't made the wrong choice staying with Icklesham.
Right, so yeah, we'll move on now to the Macron Challenge Cup. It's just been announced. Fixtures have just been done. On your screens now is the fixtures for the upcoming week, beginning the 3rd of October. Remember, the winner of this, the fantastic £900 worth of kit. You know, it's, at this level, this is absolutely bloody valuable. I'm just looking at those fixtures, the sides in there, Leon. Who's your sort of 2 or 3 people that you think is going to be in that final?
Rye Town,
yeah.
I think out of all the teams in that competition, I think they're probably going to be the strongest. And then you'd sort of naturally have to go for the sort of teams in the Prem. Yeah, Hawkhurst and normally do quite well in cups. They could be in the final. Possibly St Leonard's Social. They finished 3rds in the East Sussex Prem last season. They're normally pretty solid. I think there you go. There's my 3.
There's the 3. Okay.
Yeah, and I think Rye Town firm favourites to win that competition for me.
Yeah, strong side. Right. One of the things we've got is with the ESFL, they've got a team of the week, and that is a mixture of the Prem to Div 4 players possibilities. And we're just looking at it now, Leon. You've got Pass and Move Zone Barden. Yeah, so we've got a back 4 of AFC Jesters, Will Baldry, Rye Town's Ben Banfield, Northiam's John James, Hollington's Jack Panther across the back 4 with a midfield 4 of Taylor Beale from Hollington, Tackleway's Darren Payne, Crowhurst's Wes Tate and Joe Miller for Northiam, with an up front of Little Commons, Mick Kavanagh and Charlie Howe for Robertsbridge. I think there'll be a few players who's got goals there that will be a bit disappointed not making the team of the week. Don't you think, Neil?
Yeah, then it's up to their club to nominate them. If they want their names there, then more get involved. Yeah,
so this is on Twitter. Please, fans, clubs, get involved, get your votes in. It's a bit of fun. So
it shows that I was definitely up against it, having 2 of those plays with my opponents on Saturday. So shows you what a tough game I had.
Yeah. So what were you? Were you defensive midfield?
Sort of just in midfields there, just there. Neither defensive or attacking.
Oh, yeah. So, but just quickly before we go, who have your boys got next Saturday?
We've got Bexhill Rovers at home.
Okay. So, well, should be a few there for that, wouldn't
there? Yeah, it'll be the normal man and his dog for the Icklesham massive there. So hopefully pick up first few points. So yeah.
Nice one. Well, listen, Leon, thanks as ever. That was the week that was. See you next week.
See you next week.